Hmm. Interesting. Yeah, I do agree that definitely Halo Infinite's multiplayer progression was kind of just poor. And then there was also the monetization system, which I felt like for $20, the like initial set, it wasn't that great for what it gave you. Yeah, so this seems to be like the worst thing about Halo Infinite's multiplayer, because at least from what I know, the gameplay is okay, actually pretty good. And yeah, I just felt like the battle pass. After playing a lot on the first day, I got like level 3 or 4, and I was playing a lot of games. So big yikes. So hey guys, casual week this week. Nothing too big happened from what I know, and yeah, probably the worst thing on this list is going to be Halo's multiplayer. And I say this now, I'm going to regret it later. But let's jump in, shall we? Up next, December's PS Plus games have been revealed, and yeah, it's Godfall's Challenger Edition, Mortal Shell, and Lego DC Supervillains. I don't know much about Lego DC games or Lego games at all. Mortal Shell I heard was really good, and then Godfall, it was not that great. I don't know how many systems got changed within the time from its release, but if you wanted a looter game, you could play like Destiny or you could play Outriders. Those two are much better, I think, than the mechanics of this game. So it's not all that great, but it is free if you get PS Plus. So yeah, kind of interesting. Anyway, moving on to Xbox's games. For Xbox, you'll get The Escapist 2, Tropica 5, Orcs Must Die, the first game, and Insanely Twisted Shadow Planet. So yeah, Xbox games look pretty good this month actually. The Escapist 2, successor to the original Escapist, and that was pretty good. Tropico. If you played the games prior to this one, then it's the fifth game in the entry. I think 6 came out recently too. Orcs Must Die, highly recommend. It's a pretty good tower defense shooter game. And I don't know about Insanely Twisted Shadow Planet, but if it is up on Games with Gold, there must be a reason why. So yeah, these games look pretty good, and this month for PS users and Xbox users seem to have some pretty good games on their hands. So actually, an update to the Activision-Blizzard saga. Now even Nintendo be like, this don't look too good. And they're kind of sussy. And so yeah, now it's definitely a lot more pressure because not only is Xbox, PlayStation, the people that host Call of Duty saying like, "What the hell you doing, guys?" Now even Nintendo's getting in on the action. And for reference, they have games like Crash Bandicoot, Spyro series, and I think a few other games on Nintendo systems. So if Nintendo decided to pull those off the shelf, while the games are a little bit older and those that wanted to get the game did get it by now, or if they didn't, they might not get it. It's still lost money, lost reputation, and it looks even worse for them now. And I really hope that this situation, ends poorly for those that are responsible for what happened at Blizzard Activision. So yeah, that's the end of this week's news. Nothing particularly big besides the whole Nintendo condemning what happened at Activision Blizzard, but yeah, I mean, to say that at the very least, if PlayStation and Xbox both were to say something, Nintendo, especially since they do host some of those games, should also say something. If they didn't host any of their games, I could see them not saying anything in particular, but because they do host Crash Bandicoot and Spyro the Dragon on their system, yeah, let's just say that they had to also say something. And so, yeah, basically, a lot of companies are now pressuring Activision Blizzard, and it looks bad for them. But besides that, there are a few other good things that happened, such as, actually, nothing great that happened this week, really. Ooh, it wasn't even that bad, just... Well, that's for next week. Only, like, this was Thanksgiving break, so, all the residual bad stuff kind of just flung over to the next week, or over Thanksgiving break, so, yeah. Oh well. Hopefully next week will be much better, but I'll see y'all next week.